Welcome back to Sessions by the Herb Life, a weekly podcast that brings you a new set of hosts each episode discussing everything cannabis. Our aim is to highlight the efforts of people, mostly women, living, working and playing in the cannabis arena, while also giving you a direct line into the conversations that are changing the landscape as we know it. My name is Tiana and I like to describe myself as the sessions facilitator. It's basically my job to bring people together, and I was particularly excited to have these two guests on sessions today. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to work as a creative in the cannabis industry? Well, according to Harley from Ladies of Paradise, it's the best job in the world. This episode of Sessions is hosted by Jade Daniels and Harley Case, founders of the popular Portland-based cannabis creative agency and brand Ladies of Paradise. Jade actually started Ladies of Paradise as a jewelry design company back in 2015, and in 2017, Harley and herself joined forces, rebranded, and became a cannabis-focused creative agency. They talk more about what inspired this idea in the episode, but it's just another really great example of how working together can provide some really good outcomes. Collaboration is one of the things I love most about the cannabis space. Now, Ladies of Paradise is pretty much every creative's dream. A band of eclectic women, free-flowing ideas, and some weed to boot. I mean, we're all pretty lucky in the cannabis industry, I must admit, but what I've just heard from Jade and Harley is making even me a little bit jealous. And I listen to podcasts for a living. They operate out of their brick and mortar location, a place where I imagine the soul of Ladies of Paradise lives. They offer creative services for brands, they hold events, launch product lines, they even give their platform and location to other creatives to promote messages that they themselves believe in. They recently launched a line of pre-rolls, Lady J's, which is so dope. It's feminine but edgy. As it turns out, they're coming out with a vape cartridge called Day Trip. Day Trip. Lady J's. Man, these women are just too good. The all-women team pride themselves on being a women-positive creative agency, which is founded on the pillars of empowerment and body positivity, an element that shows in every facet of their exceptional work. So if you want to hear from some of the best cannabis creatives, then stay tuned. You'll hear about the evolution of the Ladies of Paradise brand, what makes them successful, and what drives them in their pursuit of new and unique creations. Before we go any further, Sessions is made possible by the help of our sponsors. Rainmaker, that is RNMKR, is Canada's leading cannabis communications agency, known for providing narrative creation, media relations, brand strategy, and advisory services to the most prominent brands in North America and overseas. Are you thinking of growing your own cannabis? Well, grow organically with Sonoma Seeds. You'll find the best cannabis strains from around the world at sonomaseeds.com. Hemper. It's the best 420 subscription service and online head shop. Their experts hand-pick 10 items every month to pack into your Hemper box, delivering $100 of value for only $29.99 right to your door. All boxes are shipped in plain packaging since Hemper values your privacy as much as their own. Visit hemper.co for more info. As usual, we're giving away some great Herb Life gifts, like 2 copies of Volume 2 of the Herb Life magazine, which is also available on the website for purchase. All you have to do is leave us a review on whatever platform you use to listen to Sessions, and you'll also go into the draw to win our grand prize, Pax Vaporizer, at the end of the season. Remember to leave your Instagram or Twitter handle so that we can contact you if you win. For more great Herb Life content, make sure you check us out online at theherblifestyle.com and follow us on whichever social channels we have in common. And now, without further ado, Jade and Harley.
Thank you, Sessions, for having us today. I am Jade Daniels here with Harley Case, and we're the founders of Ladies of Paradise, a Portland-based female-run creative agency and store specializing in the cannabis industry. Today's really exciting since I'm going to be the one interviewing Harley, which is a little bit fun and different for us, but super exciting. So, Harley, why don't we start with telling me a little bit about yourself and what you do for Ladies of Paradise?
Hi, guys. I'm Harley Case, and I'm our creative director. My main gig is that I take all of our photos for our photography clients and videography clients. I spend a lot of my time producing photo shoots and video shoots for clients, updating web design, just creating assets to help brands find their voice.
Very cool. Tell me about what your daily and weekly schedule looks like. Like, what do you do when you go to work in the morning until the time you leave?
Well, I'm really lucky because we work with all of our closest friends, basically. We have 4 girls on our team right now, and it's incredibly fun every day getting to go into work. We usually start our day telling everyone about the many projects that we're going over. We all have a lot of things going on because we basically are 4 businesses in one. We have our creative agency, which me and Keisha are usually in charge of. Leanna is in charge of events. Alicia is our graphic designer, and she's usually doing a lot of event flyers and helping with, new products that are coming out. We also have our store. And then now we just started coming out with products. So the majority of my day is spent picking out clothes, finding models, producing shoots, finding new locations to go do shoots, and then assisting everyone on the team. Since I am like lead creative, I go in and check everyone's work and make sure that it's, the LOP vibe.
And who are some of the clients that you like to work with? Who are your favorite clients?
Candy Pens was our first client, and so we love them very, very much. We've been working with them for over a year now. We have Cresco and Cresco Reserve, and we just took on Toker Poker as well.
Can you tell me, you told me about all the roles of the women that work with us. What does it mean to you to get to work with your friends and like kind of just develop like our niche in this market?
I'm so incredibly grateful to get to work with the women that we do. Our team is really special because we really help each other and lean on each other. And no one's like, that's not my job. I'm not gonna help with it. All of us have things that we're really strong at and things that we're weak at, and they come up in different projects along the way. And so I really pride ourselves on being a community together and really helping each other and believing in each other and never like thinking that an idea is stupid. We want to create a really safe space and for everyone to like love their jobs and to love where they work and to be excited to come into work every day. I feel like it really makes a difference for like what the business is putting out, because a huge part of our company is kindness and being nice to people and having a good attitude and not putting other people down. And I think that if that's going to be a part of your mission, then you have to start from the ground up, and all of your employees need to be like that to each other.
Amen, sister. So did you go to college or receive any sort of schooling on photography or design or anything that you do on the daily?
I did not. My parents told me at a young age, don't go to college. It's not going to be for you. I have really, really bad ADHD. So sitting and listening to someone teach me something for hours, it never has worked. I've only been able to really learn on the job. And that's what's been really cool about this, is that it was just ours and we could take on whatever we wanted to. And so I did not. My parents knew me and encouraged me to try to do things on my own and not go to college. I have really bad ADHD, and so I have a really hard time listening to someone just rattle on for hours facts about anything. That's what's been really cool about doing this with you, Jade, is, it's our decision. It's been our decision what we want to take on and how we want to do it. And sometimes, I might take on a project and it might take me in the past have taken me like 10 times longer than it would have taken someone else who knew what they were doing. But that's like the only way that I am able to learn. So, I know a ton of stuff now, so it's awesome.
Yeah, and I feel like that's really, that whole, idea has really helped with like us just being able to take on new things without saying, no, we don't know how to do that. And like, that's really created a path for like us to do new parts of our business.
It's been so cool too, because everyone on the team is like that. Everyone's really like adventurous and curious, and they really want to, live their life to the fullest. So like, our event coordinator recently is really wanting to get into videography. So I'm sure in the future she'll be doing some kind of video content for us. And so we all try to, learn and support each other as much as we possibly can.
So we met before Ladies of Paradise was focused on cannabis, and it was primarily a jewelry and fashion accessories company. When did you know that we were onto something with the rebranding of Ladies of Paradise and switching up the company to really highlight women in the cannabis industry?
I would say that going down to Humboldt was a huge one. We went and had this sleepover with a ton of Humboldt small business owners. They were all women. They were having a birthday sleepover. The Gross sisters hosted us. It was so incredible. And I mean, everyone was so excited, and it was so amazing to be learning about what everyone was doing. And like the way that we were doing it was going to be like this really fun way to spotlight the women. Like the women that were spotlighting were going to have a really incredible day doing what we were doing, which at the beginning, when we were a blog, we would go into people's professional space and dress them up really editorial and take photos of them doing their thing. Sue was a really great example. She was a grower, and who did she work for at the
Oregon
time?
Girl Gardens.
And I was like, I know it was a girl company. So we went and shot her there, and it was so incredible. And after we got done shooting, Sue and I smoked a joint and just talked for like over an hour. And she really educated me a lot. And I was like, I mean, just understanding like the impact of what we could be doing, and like just the responsibility of like all this information that needs to get out there, and how we could, you know, have a special approach to getting that information out.
I feel like back then too, you told me like that was like a really impactful trip for you too, because she just like expressed to you how beautiful you made her feel. And like she, you know, she hadn't shaved her legs in weeks and was just like, this is me. And like, this is what I do like on the farm. And like, I remember like she said that you made her feel like Weed Barbie.
I love it.
Which was always really cool to like reference back to about like how we make girls feel, because that's something that that you're really good at, and that a lot of women have said about us, and about you in particular, is that, you know, you behind the camera, you make girls who are just like, you know, your every, you know, just not like supermodels or models in general, and you make how good you make them feel, because every girl wants her picture taken. And tell me about like how kind of that started with.
Well, I mean, I had a company before this called Harley's Closet, really original name. I'm really bad at naming things, so anything cool we come up with probably wasn't influenced by me. But I couldn't afford photographers, so I had to start shooting, you know, everything for myself. And I always would just shoot like girls that would come into the shop that I worked at, like, or just like really cute girls I meet. I'd be like, hey, can I like take some photos of you? Cause like I wasn't a pro. They weren't going to be pros. And it was this really amazing thing. I really prefer always to shoot people in our community, because I mean, like for one, it makes them feel really good. And they're like, what? You're asking me to like, you're going to give me like money or credit to your store to like shoot me for a brand? Like, this is so nuts. And it makes people's day. It's like, it's so much fun. And it really like it just builds our community up stronger together, and telling people that they have to look a certain way or they have to be a certain size. That's been really, really important to us along the way, is making sure that we're not having everyone look exactly the same. We're showing that like everyone is different, everyone is special, and we think you're beautiful and want to show the world like that you're in the cannabis industry as well.
And also I feel like too, like that you know, not everybody that you see in photos and magazines and stuff, I mean, all the models and stuff, it's like, that's not your daily consumer.
Totally.
So it's like, just like a more realistic view at like, you know, for candy pens, for example, like these are the people who are smoking your, you know, using your vaporizers. It's not just supermodels who are thin and blonde and
for sure.
You know. Okay, so creativity is something in this industry that we often get asked about. Many people say that we've paved our own unique way in this industry with our specific, you know, aesthetic and design. Can you tell me what creativity means to you and how it affects your daily psyche to have your job be a creative director in a space merging design and cannabis?
I feel, incredibly lucky, as always, working with all the women that we do. But I mean, creativity for me, it's like a way of life. I feel like if I'm not creating and I'm not like using that part of my brain, I feel like I'm like almost failing myself, because it's like, it's the most exciting thing to me. And I get to create the majority of the time with my assistant and one of my best friends, Keisha Brown. And like, it is the most fun thing that we could possibly do together, like bouncing ideas off of each other. And like, you know, working in a safe space is so incredibly important. Like, so many ideas you might throw out in like any creative field might not be good ideas, but like trying them and executing them, you might find something really beautiful in there that was a flaw or was was a mess up. And so really like going with anything you think of is really, really smart. I feel like that's what we really try to do